Hello and welcome to the academyofworship.org YouTube channel. My name's Chris. I'm thankful you're here with me today. We're continuing in our Guitar 101 or Intro to Guitar series. We've covered a bunch of subjects specifically about the electric guitar, which also translate over to acoustic guitar mostly. This is a series where beginners can get their feet wet if they're just getting into guitar, or maybe there's someone who's interested in guitar and would like to learn about it. And maybe if you're a veteran, you'll get something out of it that you didn't know. Either way, stay tuned. Today we are continuing with more of the neck. We'll specifically be talking today about neck shapes or neck profile. It's something you hear tossed around a lot in the guitar communities, and to be honest, there's a lot of stuff you can cover about neck profiles or neck shapes. Today we're going to be focusing on 3 specific shapes of the neck. What am I even talking about? If you lopped a guitar neck straight in half like this, and then looked straight down it, you would see the shape of the actual neck or the profile. And they come in many different shapes. Most shapes are derived from 3 main profiles or neck shapes. So without further ado, let's talk about them. Keep in mind as we go through different neck shapes and profiles that there's a lot of factors that come into play when you're talking about a neck profile. It's not only the shape, but it's the thickness of the neck itself and lots of other factors that we're really not going to get into for this video. The first neck shape we're going to be talking about is the C neck shape. And it's called that because if you took the neck shape, like we talked about, looking straight down the neck, you get a nice, even C shape to the neck. The next shape is the U shape. It's kind of a variation on a C shape in that the shape of it's not as even. It goes deep, then curves, then kind of comes back up, so you get more of a U shape, a wide U, if you will. And the last basic shape is the V shape. And this is because, as you've probably already figured out, is the neck is shaped like a V. It doesn't have a hard angle like a V. The neck itself is more angular as far as it has deeper sides and rounds off here. So it's less of a curve and more of an angle. So what is the benefit you get to having a different neck shape? Well, to be completely honest, it's totally personal feel. It doesn't affect how your instrument sounds, however, it could affect how the instrument plays. Most of the guitars I own are in the more C-shaped category. I'd say this is probably the most common shape amongst guitars because it's so even, it's easy to play, and I think for manufacturers it's a little bit easier to make, to be honest. Some vintage guitars have more of a V shape, and some of the more maybe shreddery type guitars, shreddery, that's a word, have more of a U shape so that they can get them a little bit more flat and faster. So what kind should you get? I can't answer that. But I can tell you that if you ever have the opportunity to play something different than what you already own, try it. You may like it. You may like a V shape compared to a C shape, or you may like a U shape compared to a V shape. It just depends on personal preference. One of the things we're going to not really get into is the thickness of the neck or maybe how extreme the shape is. Sometimes you'll hear them called soft or hard. So if you have a soft V shape, it would have a lot more of a relief on the angle of the V. Whereas a hard V shape would be a lot more defined as far as your hand feels it. It just depends on who's making the guitar, when the guitar is made, because certain eras have shapes that are more popular than others. There's lots of shapes. There's even shapes that are asymmetrical, meaning one side is thinner than the other, or that it's more of a half teardrop shape. So one side will be smaller than the other. As you can imagine, there's as many neck shapes as there are opinions in this world on neck shapes. Go try them out, see what you like. It doesn't get a whole lot more complicated than that. It's just a shape or the profile of the neck. So I hope you learned something. Go see what you like. Like I keep saying, play guitars, turn knobs, try stuff. You're not going to know what you like until you try it. Please remember to leave a comment below, like the video, and please share it with people who would benefit from these kind of videos. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See you later.